All right, here we are. Good Sunday, everyone. Most everyone. Some of you are on to tomorrow already. All right, today's going to be a little different, so a little apprehensive and excited at the same time. I see Kirihiko is here, or Mod Prime. Thank you very much. Coming tuning in all the way from Switzerland. I see Crispy Egg Roll, our second mod, and let's see if PK is here. Can you guys hear me? I hope so. Why am I not hearing? There we go. All right. That should be better, at least for me. I don't know what speakers or microphones were going off. I see PK's here. All right, we got the trio, we got the team, we're all here. Okay, let me explain quickly what we're going to do. It's a two-part stream. Um, oh yeah, some of my algebra over here. Um, I was helping the kids out. Quadratic equations, I think. I don't know. um, so first half or first third of this stream will be traditional analog on paper. I'm going to show you what I do when I do a design for a character, whether it's a video game or a comic book. This is typically how I do it. I do it a pencil sketch here. And then I scan it in or I take a photograph with my phone and I send it over to my Cintiq, which is this way. And so once I've done the drawing, I will stop the stream and restart it over at my Cintiq where I set it up this morning. Hopefully it will work without a hitch, but cannot guarantee that. And then I import the pencil file into Photoshop and I basically kind of adjust some sliders, make the pencils darker, and then I start coloring it. And the way I color it's just not a. I wouldn't really advocate you learn how to use Photoshop the way I do. Um, it, it's very analog based. I mean, I do use layers, but I will often flatten it because I can't understand how the layers all interact, especially when there's like five or six. And I find that they do funky things once you have so many layers and you have different things, whether it's screening or multiplying or normal, depending on the layer and its functionality. You get unintended results, or at least I would. And so, um, anyway, why are people laughing? Anyway, so that is so there will be an interruption in the stream. You don't have to do anything. The screen will just go dark and then it'll restart over there once I get going. But in the meantime, let's say hello to some folks here. PJ Beiser was referring to Peacemaker. Yeah, look, it was a big week for DC. I usually don't talk about business. I try to focus on art. But I will just big shout out this week was a big week for DC. We had Naomi premiere, um, Superman and Lois return for the next season, and Peacemaker debuted. First three episodes are now streaming for free on HBO Max. So yes, it's pretty hilarious. The weird thing about what I do as the chief creative officer for DC, I sort of have worked on all these productions or consulted, and so you see them from ideation to script to the episodes without special effects, without music, all that kind of stuff. And so I've seen a lot of this content or all of it like many times over. So it's always and it's also true of comic books, right? Like you're hearing the pitch, or you read the outline, you see the pencils, the inks, the colors, and by the time it comes out, it's like you've already experienced it. And so, um, but it's a weird experience because when you are experiencing it in the sort of formative stages, you're dealing with a handful of people or a very small group of people. At some point, like sometimes it goes to like focus testing or they bring audiences in, but you're not sharing it with the global or wider audience when it actually debuts on TV or on the big screen or in the comic book shop. And then that's usually where you get the bulk of the reaction. Well, that is where you get the bulk of the reaction, 99% of the reaction. Um, but it just feels different than you normally would experience it if I were, just a fan and tuning in at the same time watching it fresh with you guys. So I'm super excited that you guys are seeing so much of the great work that was being produced by all our creative partners over the past couple of years. So finally coming to fruition. Um, all right, so let's say hi to some folks that are supporting the stream. Johnny Boy R, Yohio Killer, Queen City Amusements, Book and Red 1442, Buddha Finger 1974. I haven't seen Buddha Finger in a while. Hyra, Dark Knight 01, Jeremy L. Joe, good to see you. Chuck Arnold 3000, see a lot of regulars. What the Fan Art, Del Volta, Punker 13, good to see you, dude. Let's go Niners. Wow, very political this morning. Daniel J. Bosco, Pity 83, all the way from the Netherlands. Nagasaki has gifted a sub to Zach the Berminator. Leo Hayden Art. Oh, this is from a week ago. Anyway, thanks Leo Hayden from a week ago and Nagasaki from a week ago. Everyone else was current. So thank you guys for tuning in. This is the semi-regular monthly, weekly, bi-weekly art stream, and I see Trevor Kai in comments, so in chat. So yeah, a lot of the regular crew, Grand Admiral Bertus. That kind of sparks a thought. I don't know if you guys are watching Book of Boba Fett. So there's a lot of great stuff on TV that outside of DC as well. But you should watch all the DC stuff first. Um, but I've been watching, obviously, the Book of Boba Fett, and my wife and I started Yellow Jackets last night. Got 3 episodes in. Don't spoil it, but very entertaining so far. We have a level 3 hype train emote. Spenny G, remember when Jim said the Steelers weren't going to make the playoffs? They made the playoffs because other people lost, right? I don't know. I don't want to hate. What do I know? All right, let's get going. G, and yeah, that's the way it always is. It was funny. The Steelers. Look, not that I follow football super closely, but it was like this weird combination. Well, these two teams cannot tie. These teams have to. This one has to win. This one has to lose, and then maybe we'll get in. That is the true journey of champions. All right. Superhero Somewhere. Good to see you. Thanks for the sub. All right. What am I drawing? Party Crasher 26. What are you? That is a super existential question. What am I drawing? That is the story of my life. Let's get personal for 5 minutes here. No, let's not. Okay, so what are we gonna draw? So it's gonna be a pencil drawing, and then when I'm done with that, we're gonna throw it over. I'll probably just take a picture with my phone and then text it to myself, and then open it up on my desktop over there. First time chat from viewer Booster Gold 485, who not surprisingly says Booster Gold. That's this. Someone else says what up, but if you're in a bright green tag, I cannot read your name on a white screen. So what up back to you, whoever you are. That super electric green is not readable on the screen for me. Old man eyes. Time to enable dark mode. Yes, yes. Time to. Yes. That has its own issues. Captain Noah, FTW. Good morning. All right. What are we gonna draw? What are we gonna draw? All right. So let's pretend like we're drawing, even though we're not drawing. That way, Clayton will relax. I know there are those of you out there timing. It's been 17 minutes. Nothing. Slave drivers. Um, Boba Fett is he's tricky to draw only because his you gotta get the helmet just right. It's work. It's work. I like this Twitter. Like it really Twitch. Sorry, it really highlights this feature. First time chat from viewer Sal's Artur Etrigan would be interesting, and then John Art 98. Hi Jim. So it's kind of it's biased against all the regulars. The people who have been supporting the stream for 4 years are just receding into the background as the first time chatters are being highlighted. So as I'm thinking, as I'm drawing Mogo, um, since it's going to be colored digitally, I'm trying to think of something that would be interesting to do color-wise, right? So a character that would be less interesting to do color-wise for this stream would be Silver Surfer. Although you could probably do some cool reflective colors there. Mr. Raha 99. Caitlin Fairchild in her jungle green girl attire from Gen 13, issue 5, page 4, panel 3, upper left quadrant. There's a man who knows what he likes. um, gosh. All right. Let's just get, like I said, let's get started. Sometimes when you don't know what to do, just picking up instruments, making the motions, sometimes elicits. Um, I don't know what it elicits. It elicits chatter. All right. So, what are we gonna draw? It's probably better to use a very blunt pencil at this point because I don't know what I'm drawing. Um, hmm. Hmm. Okay. Now look where I'm holding this pencil. Not down here, like I'm doing homework. Not here like it's chopsticks. Like I'm gonna. Oh my gosh. Could I have just doubled my output abilities? No. I was just experimenting. All right. You never know until you try. All right. So I was drawing all the way up here. Right. Yes. Othar the shunned. He understands. By forcing your hand to hold the pencil up higher, you are making it less about the detail and more about the movement. It's all right. So it's about just generally creating these nice, pleasing shapes. All right, I think it's going to be Boba Fett. There's some fun weathering stuff that we can do. I used to build toy models. Like I used to call it Tamiya, but I think it's called Tom. I don't know what the company. It's Tamiya. It's a Japanese model company. They did the most realistic, most detailed vehicles. There's like I want to say AMC. Is that a model kit? And there was Estelle, Revel. I don't know. These are brand names from my youth. Yeah, Tamiya, but I'm mispronouncing it. I think I always said Tamiya, but I think it's Tam Tamiya. Tamiya. Can someone phonetically put it in text or in chat? Matt Thistle, 1990. Where's the classic big graphite pen? It's somewhere in one of the boxes. I still own it. I just don't know where it is. Okay. So I'm just drawing this from memory from the show, and then I will Google it. But he has kind of he's wearing a girdle a bit. I think it's just to kind of make him a little more svelte these days. Um, I have a Supermarine Spitfire MK2 on my table now. Is that's model kit? Had someone? Yeah. So the Shmoo one Tamiya. Yes, that is the. But I think I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. Is anyone? Tamaya. Tamaya. Okay, Tamaya. I always called it Tamiya as a kid. So Tamaya sounds crazy. But yeah, I had different model kits. They were the most expensive, but they were also highly detailed. That's why I loved them. And I would build these model kits using testers. I think that was in cement glue. And then testers also had the paint. So you would paint them, but you would weather them so they look like they've been out there. Tamya. Tamya? Spenny G is giving us the sports update. Tamiya. Oh my gosh. Is there any Jap? Is there anyone that knows? I guess I could Google it. Hold on. I'm gonna Google it. Like my mind cannot rest. Tamiya. 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 All right. Tamiya. Anyway. Um, and the funny thing is, I didn't always use the paint. Sometimes I would just take like the M48 tank. I think it was the patent tank at the time. It was like this scale, 1/32nd maybe, 1/24th. I don't know, but um, and I would just take it outside in the mud and just run it through the mud. And I figure that was the easiest, the fastest way, right? Super fast. But then I had this dried, muddy, hunk of plastic sitting. Like my mom was not pleased. All right. So here's his head. Here's his chest. Here's his sort of girdle, his pelvis, his thigh, his other thigh. So he's kind of, I see him, here's his short cape. Um, and, maybe his gun is here. Or is his gun here? So, option A, option B. All right, if there's a wall here, let's make it look like something from Tatooine. And then the idea would be that his hand would be down, kind of feeling the edge of what he was working with. cape is kind of giving it away. Missing Link. My friends and I would play I don't know, something with GI Joes at the bottom of a paved basement parking lot. My friends are never happy until the Joe got sectioned. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I also had a Huey helicopter that I built, and I don't know. We're just like playing war games or something in the backyard. We took a firecracker inside of it, lit it, and we chucked it in the air on this hill overlooking a driveway. And so I was like, crashed down. Okay. Uh, anyway, so I need to Google. I need to search for Boba Fett, and I'm gonna do his left side. Left side. Let's see if Google will help me. Yes. Here we go. Um, if you guys Google, I Googled literally Boba Fett left side, 4 words, and what I'm really looking for is some reference on the helmet, but all these helmet shots. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. I'm doing an angle that I don't see in reference, so I have to take what I see and extrapolate it sort of mentally in my head. Okay. Huh. Okay. I would first. Here's how I would draw this character. Black bar, and then it's like a T. Okay. Let's try to zoom in here. Okay. And then, hey, is it just a black bar with a T? It looks like it widens out just a little bit. And then you have this. It's a little longer than I've drawn. And then there's a turn here. So there's a subtle indentation, I believe. I don't know. And then it goes to about here. There's like this thing that pops up the side of his head. And then the rest of his helmet is up here. Okay. Hmm. I don't know. Let's try this. I like that angle. I mean, that is the trick to this character, right? It's just a bucket helmet with. There's no way to tell the expression. So how do you convey that as an artist? And it's in the tilt of the neck, the angle of the helmet, right? It's got like a little dent or something here. And this doohickey that pops up there. Okay, now we need some costume detail. Okay. I'm looking at another image and just kind of extrapolating. Got some contraption stuff up here. And he's going to be holding a short blaster because I've run out of room on the paper. If I had a bigger piece of paper, it'd be a bigger blaster. And instead of having the hand on the wall, I'm going to have the hand move towards us a little bit in space. All right. So if you draw like vertices or construction lines, here's the bicep. And now here's the forearm coming to us, and what's going to sell it are these kind of lines there. There's the palm, the hand, thumb joint, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, underside of palm, thumb. And that's a neg. That's a no. That's a no, dog. Can't do it. Sometimes I will put, see I'm doing details, so I'm more down here. Sometimes I'll just draw the hand where I think it looks cool. All right. Index finger, thumb, other fingers are there, palm, right? And then here's the elbow over here. Not sure what he's doing. Let's think about the pose for a second. I'm not going to worry so much down here. It's almost going to all go to black at this point. He's got a backpack. And his cape is going to be here like this. his Elvis cape. Maybe he's not looking over the corner. Maybe he's just like swinging around looking back at us. Right? Like he's drawing his gun out of the darkness of that cape there. Right? And then when I color it, it's going to be like right? Isn't that the sound? All right. I'm looking at more reference, just trying to nail this chest armor down. It's different in a lot of instances where I'm seeing it. And then pouch, pouch, pouch. And then he's got these orange things that pop out. Okay. Okay, and now, so he's in a fight. He's in a bar fight. So there's a pillar. Because who wants to draw that leg? There's a pillar here. And chunks of it have been blown away. Okay. So you see that? I'm holding it up so you can see it better. And then behind him, there's this window with slats. I'm really pushing myself when it comes to the coloring here. Okay. Maybe there's a funky chest of some sort from the regular, I don't know, Dagobah star system. I don't know. You Star Trek nerds out there, you can tell me what's up. And now I know there are some of you out there that are new to the game going, how come you don't draw a lot of feet? I know. So here's the thing. I Googled Boba Fett reference. I can't find a single image of him with his feet, unless it's like a toy, right? But do that. Do that for a second. Look throughout all the imagery, photography. Here's one. It's rare. Okay. Are we happy with this? And then it's like boom, 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 boom. If I knew how to do lighting in Photoshop, like these would be holes through the walls and light from behind would be peering through. So there's a lot of, I'm pushing myself. There are things that I know I'm going to do in color when I get to this. And then other things I feel like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off. But maybe. I think the trick to coloring is that it's less about drawing, which is an abstraction of real life, and then coloring has to follow, and drawing has to follow certain rules. But I feel like coloring has to follow even more real rules in terms of lighting and how colors mix and things like that. So what do I mean by this? I don't know. I'll explain it as I go. But there's some busted shelves here that have kind of already fallen. So a little bit of storytelling, right? You know. And to make things easier for myself when I get to the Photoshop stage here, I'm going to go ahead and draw that as a hard-edged line, which will require a ruler of some sort right here. And but the thing is, I don't want it to be a hard-edged straight line. So I do it lightly like this. And now I'm going to go back in with freehand it. So it has a little bit more of an organic feel to it. All right. All right. Okay. Is anyone drawing along at home? Anyone? Bueller? Okay. Uh, yes, I'm Procreate. Yes, just the helmet though. People not enjoying the helmet. Yeah, it does look a little big. I'm gonna have to shrink it down some more. All right, hold on a second. Na 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 na. Yes. When I do art corrections, you're gonna hear me singing. Okay, let's. Hmm. And slight kind of. I think that's the basic structure of the helmet. And that's the funny thing I think about characters like that I'm not used to drawing a lot. Obviously, Boba Fett being one of them, or like even like Charlie Brown. Like the first time you draw it, you're gonna go like, "Oh, that looks like Charlie Brown." Then because you haven't drawn it a lot, you don't know what you don't know. So in my head, I think this looks like Boba Fett. But those of you that have Boba Fett bed sheets and Boba Fett underoos and Boba Fett action figures and Boba Fett posters, cosplayed Boba Fett, you know, even if you can't verbalize it, you'll go like, doesn't feel right. Let's flatten that helmet out. Now, the easy way with a character like this is if I had a Boba Fett helmet, I would just photograph it at the angle I wanted and just import it in. And but you know, that's the lame way out. And frankly, anyone can do that, and a lot of people do. But the best stars actually interpret reality anyway. Like to me, like Michael Golden, like he'll draw like a tank, but he's not just taking a photograph of a tank and just duplicating it. He actually animates it. He brings it to life. He exaggerates, bends things. I mean, it's amazing the subtleties that he adds to reality that you don't even realize unless you're, a trained professional like myself. um, but yeah, you can add a lot to something that just exists. Okay. Michael Golden is the artist, yes. All right. Oh, yeah, yeah. So, okay. Let's finish the rest of this hand. And keeping with this Western motif, maybe he's stolen someone else's blaster, because this does not look like a blaster he has. This is going to be a lot of work, guys. I don't know whose idea this was, but I would like to lodge a formal complaint. I'm trying to look at this through the light. Oh, that's why I was so blown out here. It was because the light was on. I didn't even realize the light was on. Excuse me, folks. So if I turn it off, you can see it. Um, this may be correct, the way I've foreshortened it and kind of hidden the rest of that arm, but I don't like it. It does look a little stumpy to me. So I would like to change it somehow so you can see a little bit more of that arm, and I show you that I'm not like intentionally hiding it because I don't know how to do it. So but I'm running into a bad tangent here, so I got to be careful about that. But here, boom, boom, and but now it's like even a shorter gun. I'm running out of space. All right, see what I'm saying there? Okay, let's move that back down. So let me worry about the arm and I'll figure out the backgrounds later. That's the other thing I've noticed. If I do color work, I'm sure artists that do like their pencil and inking all digitally feel like it's like, oh, I'll just save that with the coloring, or I'll fix that in Photoshop. that tendency to kind of just put it, kick it to the next person down the road. Although in that instance, it's yourself, right? Okay. So I'm just popping out the arm to make it look a little more 3D. All right, so with this column, I can make it now a table, or I can extend it over so I cut over, but I can't put it right there, right? Which is where I've got it. But if I go too far, I'm going to crop that out. It's going to look bad. So the executive decision is to move it right there. I used a ruler, but I'll show you a faster way, which is get another piece of paper. Bottom is a straight edge. Just line it. Just put them down like this next to each other. And okay. And we're gonna, okay. And maybe some other element in the background, like that. Maybe there's like some designy. Ooh, where am I going? Can't do that. Okay. Just like some architectural detail. All right. Here's something I'm going to do though, because I know I'm going to color on this. I'm going to go ahead and do. Nah, I'll leave you the color. I was going to add like a gray wash, like a pencil effect, but maybe I still will, because I'm indecisive like that. So like the areas that, right? So this is the black part of his uniform there. I'm going to shade it in a bit. That'll give some nice texture, and we'll darken it. I could darken it, of course, in color, but I don't know. I'm feeling like I can do some of this in pencil, and it just kind of flattens out. Not flattens out. Pops out. Sorry, pops out the reverse. Pops out some of the shapes. Okay. So even with him, I can put like a core shadow in the, right. Do you see that? Okay. Uh, Bend it. Am I going to scan this into Photoshop? No, I'm going to do the. I could scan it, but I'll show you how I normally in a bind, which is I take my phone. Which I don't see. But anyway, so yeah, what I'll do is I will take like a phone, take a picture, send it to myself, and I import it into Photoshop off of iMessages on my desktop Cintiq over here. So this is the end of the first half of the stream. If people watch it in parts, I do want to thank our mods here, Kirihiko, Crispy Egg Roll, and PK. And for those of you who are interested in being part of this community, there is a Discord channel. We talk about NFTs, cryptocurrencies. No, we don't. That'd be awesome if we did. Anyway, so we are going to. I'm going to stop the stream for 2 minutes. I'm going to fire it up on a different machine. Hopefully, there'll be no technical glitches. I can't guarantee anything. I will see you guys all shortly in a couple minutes. Okay, how do I stop this? All right, see you soon.